Okay, guys, here we are. Uh, I'm still here in Oklahoma City and doing more about this guy trucks. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see here. I have to add him. All right, so he's in the middle of a rant. So let's listen to what he has to say. I'm not going to share the whole video with you, just a few clips here. Anyway, I've had some comments about, why are you doing this to this guy trucks? Why are you picking on him? Why are you talking about him? Well, he's over here at Swift, and I'm just trying to help him out, and help him do better. So this guy trucks, listen up. Don't take this too much to heart, but listen to what I have to say, and maybe you'll learn a thing or two. Okay, let's go ahead and play this
on the internet, and that thank you for looking out, right? But there were a few videos where I kind of got into their asses a little bit. Like today's a little bit frustrating because it's Wednesday, right? And I'll get into that in a minute. We don't know when the pay period ends thing is still a problem, but it's working to my.
Okay, what? You don't know when the pay period ends, this guy trucks? You don't know when the pay period ends? Seriously? You haven't figured that out by now? I mean, how long have you been over here? First of all, when you started, you probably should have read through your contract, and all that's kind of detailed out in the contract. You could always pull out your contract, take a look at it. And by the way, the pay period ends, it's Wednesday through Wednesday evening. And so Thursday is the beginning of the next pay period. That's how it works. If you're a owner-operator and you're doing the lease purchase, your pay period starts on a Thursday. Now, who cares about the intricacies of, like, if you have some stuff that carries over from one load to the next pay period? I mean, are you really living that much on edge that you have to, make a huge complaint about this? I mean, is it really that big a deal? I mean, come on, man, deal with it. Let's hear what else he has to say here. Quit complaining about this.
My benefit this week, I think. But anyways, what did I have? I was pissed off.
Okay, first of all, let's get back here to this guy trucks. You still have not listened to what I had to say about peroxide, and this could help you extend your life, dude. I mean, your teeth are very important, and your health, especially to teeth health, it can affect your heart. It can affect your lots of physical things. If you want to live longer, use some peroxide. I mean, at least try it. It'll help.
It's not good. You guys remember that whole scenario? They did actually come back and fix it after multiple phone calls, and I'm not even going to pretend like maybe my videos didn't get some results either, because I'm out there just fucking pissed.
You've got to make multiple phone calls about when your pay period begins and ends, and you get pissed off about it. You got more problems than that, dude.
Right? And going, this is not fucking right. And that's a huge reason I came here too. Yes, I wanted to get the views by coming to Swift. Of course I did. But I've said this over and over. Does no one listen to me? I wanted to come in as a veteran trucker and go to Swift and see what's right and wrong instead of listening to some knucklehead on the internet that thinks he fucking knows everything. I wanted to see it for myself. And I saw something that was wrong. That was
maybe the knucklehead on the internet who seems to know everything. Maybe he does actually know everything. Maybe he is a knucklehead in the fact that he is getting under your skin right now because you're making a mountain out of a molehill over so many issues. It's just ridiculous.
It's really, really bad. I don't know if they've taken steps to fix that miscommunication error, because a lot of truckers don't have, like YouTube to kind of help them out when things aren't going well, right? And
come on, dude, you're an owner operator. You don't have to let things bother you to the nth degree. and make it a mountain out of a molehill. Maybe that's what your OOC was talking about when he's talking about maybe watching what you're saying. Yeah, it's not like they're gonna go fire you over making a mountain out of a molehill, but you're just making yourself look bad.
And they don't have.
By the way, here's a sign for you. The Skytrucks, God is here. You might want to check that out. Instead of denying him all the time, look at a sign that's appearing right here, over here, that you're driving by. He is actually here, and he's watching everything that you do, and he listens to all your words that you use as well.
That big voice either to like make people pay attention, right? And so I was very frustrated about it, and I mean, we got some attention in Swift, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing, right? Now, I never ever like want to be in a spot where they're like park.
No, attention is not a good thing, especially when it comes to being a crybaby and making a mountain out of a molehill. Especially when something is so insignificant as to when a pay period begins or ends. It's really not that big a deal. You're going to get paid one way or the other. Are you really living paycheck to paycheck that badly that you have to make a mountain out of this molehill every single week?
Park that truck and get the fuck out, because then I've got a situation. Then you guys get to watch me cry on YouTube because I'm like, I don't know what to do. Fuck, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Like the. I meant to do a video about this, but I haven't done it. They gave me a load from Texas to Denver, and I was in my head, I'm like, oh God, they're sending me back to Denver. They're going to tell me to park at that terminal. They're going to tell me to get the fuck out of the truck, right? And then I had talked to my dispatcher that same day because I was having problems with my empty call. It wasn't going through. And he looks at my next load. He's like, oh, you're headed to Denver, huh? And I'm like, yeah, you didn't know? And he goes, no, I didn't know. I'm like,
yeah, it's not like they're looking to get rid of you. I mean, as long as you're doing what you need to do, just go out here and work and don't complain and do what you need to do to make money for yourself and your family. You're going to be fine. Just because you make a mountain out of a molehill on YouTube doesn't mean that they're going to go getting rid of you or anything like that. No, you're really just hurting yourself in front of your subscribers more than anything else.
Like, so I'm not going up there to get a stern talking to or get thrown out of the truck or anything. He's like, no, I mean, look, I just told you what some information you should know.
No, but if you get caught on your nanny cam, that's what you need to be worried about. Okay, your camera that's in your truck, that camera that's up there on the window, and it's called a smart drive. Smart drive, yeah, it's one of those little things that they use to micromanage people. That's what you need to worry about. You don't really need to worry about much of anything else, as long as you're, as long as you're not picking up your phone while you're driving down the road and it reflects through the window glass, or you're going over 75 miles an hour, which doesn't look like you are. Looks like you're doing a pretty good job as far as it goes with your speed. You're not going to have a problem.
To kind of rein it in a little bit if you're ever getting that pissed off, right? And he said, as far as I know, you're good. So I didn't get fired is the fucking point. But what I'm trying to tell you is right now I am, I think, on my biggest week since I've been at Swift. And I don't know. That's the fucking problem, because I think that since it's Wednesday, I can get this load in, and this one's like 1,700, 1,500, a little 1,500, 1,600 range, right? And I already did 1,700 when I went from Laredo to Denver up to Montana, and then from Montana I'm making a mad dash across the country to try to get this done by the end of Wednesday, which should put me in the 3,200 to 3,300 mile range. Now I know that's not like hardcore running, I understand that, but we're in a shit freight market still, and if you can break like 20,
but it's respectable running. It's good. It's good running. You're doing a pretty good job there. You don't have to worry about as far as your mileage goes. I mean, you're a owner operator, right? They're not going to worry about, they're not going to nitpick you on that. What they're going to nitpick you on is stuff like I said, micromanaging you with maybe the camera or whatever. That's the worst that's going to happen. As far as, being an owner operator, and don't worry about if you need to turn down the loads or stuff like that. That's the key, is just keep on running, get out there and run and make that money.
2,500 with any kind of consistency as an over-the-road driver right now, you're doing pretty good, right? But no, since I haven't talked to anyone else in the company. I think some have maybe tried to call, but I never answer the phone, like unless I know the number. So I'm not really sure.
I'm the same way, dude. I mean, like I get these phone calls from my area code, and those are the ones that I don't answer because those are usually robocalls. You know, I mean, I get calls all the time, and I've kind of put it pretty much. I got something on my phone, and it's called Umail, Youmail, and it's great because you know, you can screen all your calls. You don't have to worry about it. You know, when you're driving down the road, there's nothing worse than getting call after call after call, robocall after robocall after robocall. And so what you do is with this Umail thing, and this is another little piece of advice I'm giving you here, This Guy Trucks, is get that put on your phone, and that way, whenever you do get a phone call from somebody important, you've got their numbers in there. If it says Swift, and you know, hey, you know, maybe this is one I need to answer, or maybe this is one I need to call back on.
So I'm not like throwing my weight around or anything crazy like that, because that would be silly of me to think that I'm going to get on the internet and just bully a massive trucking company. That would be fucking stupid. But I think I kind of got some people's attention, right? The right people, and said, hey, we got to do this the right way, right? We got to get out there and we got to like bang out these miles. We got to give the drivers the right answers. That's fucking important. Give them the information they need so they can figure out how to solve their problem. And that's such a big fucking deal, right? But I guess the only part about today, like I was saying, I don't know which pay period it's going to land on. Like, I'll check it, I'll deliver it today, and I'll check the payroll thing on the portal tomorrow and see where it's kind of landing. And I'm going, if for some reason it moves on to the next pay period, I'm actually going to call them and say, hey, can you move that back to that other one? Because that's a big fucking week and I could use it. But
I got an idea. Why don't you get yourself a credit card and use that? I mean, go out here and use your credit card and, you know, pay it off, and don't worry so much about week to week. Yeah, you're going to make that money. Don't worry about that. You know, worry more about how much money you're spending on fuel. You know, maybe idling your truck or whatever. You know, worry about your expense part of it instead of worrying about the when you get paid part of it, because when you get paid part of it is kind of like you're living in a deficient attitude, like I don't have enough money. Well, you're going to make that money either way, whether you worry about it or not. Stop worrying about it. If you're going to worry about anything, worry about, you know, your expenses, and worry about it. Then you'll see the money start to appear in your paycheck more and more.
Honestly, since my angry videos, things have been pretty fucking smooth sailing around here, if I'm being honest with you. And one thing I don't want, though,
and I notice one thing is, if I'm being honest with you, I hear that a lot. If I'm being honest with you, why aren't you being honest? You know, why not be honest all the time? That if I'm being honest kind of makes me think that maybe you're not being honest.
Because I'm not trying to say this like, yeah, I put Swift in line. One thing I don't want is any kind of special treatment from Swift. Like, they're like, this dude just got 10,000.
They're not going to give you special treatment, dude. You're nothing to them. They got YouTubers that have many more subscribers than you have. You really think you're something special, but you're really not. They don't really give a crap about how many subs you got or whatever. You know, you're this whole thing you got in your mind, like you're Mr. Hotshot, Mr. Big Shot, you know, with all these subs. And, you know, you've even gone into my channel to try to say, oh, you know, I'm a goofball. You're the goofball. You're the goofball. You're new to Swift. I've been here a while. You know, I've been here going on 2 years. And I'm a trainer over here, and I'm trying to you know, help you out a little bit here, and just kind of take it that way. Not really trying to hurt you in any way. Just trying to help out, give you a little advice. And if you just sit back and maybe listen to it instead of listening to your ego, you know, telling you how great you are, you know, maybe you'd learn something.
Some videos just pissed off at some shit we pulled, right? We need to make sure he's taken care of. That's not what I want at all. Sure, I like that. That sounds damn good to me, right? But when stuff like that does come up, when I do make these ranting and raving angry videos and this shit's not right, I would really like it. Like I said, I'm not trying to bully a trucking company. I would like it if they would look at those processes. Like, first fact check me. Go through all the phone calls I had there and say, you know, if I got it wrong, then call me and be like, take that fucking video down, motherfucker, because you're lying. Then I'll take the video down because, well, I just got caught lying.
They're not going to tell you to take the video down because you're lying. I mean, you've got a gripe and you think it's legitimate, but it's not really. I mean, it's just about when you get paid. You're getting paid one way or the other. So that's no big deal. It's just you're complaining about stupid stuff. Stop complaining about stupid stuff and focus on other things, maybe about being more productive and, you know, helping your hustle.
At that point, right? I just got caught lying. But what I'd really like to see is when something like that does happen, then they look at their internal processes and find ways to improve. The boot
They don't need to look at their internal processes and find ways to improve for you to, you know, because you're so worried about when you get paid. It has nothing to do with their internal processes. Their internal processes work the same every single week. You know, you get paid Wednesday, basically to Thursday morning is when the pay period works and ends.
thing was fucking stupid. Okay, it was all on me. I have trouble taking the blame for it sometimes because I asked that fucking manager at 7-Eleven twice if I could park there, but there were no parking signs, and I'm smarter than that. That's why I don't just go park the truck wherever. I used to as a rookie. I just parked the sumbitch wherever I felt like stopping, and tough luck if you didn't like it. Surprised I never got booted or towed years ago.
No, that whole thing with the being booted at that place and that manager and everything like that, you're the one who decided you're going to go ahead and pay the bill. I mean, why not carry a Sawzall with you? And, you know, if somebody tries to put something on your truck, cut it off. You know, screw that. You're the one who paid the $1,800. You made the mistake of paying the $1,800. You probably could have gotten a Sawzall for, you know, next to nothing. Cut that freaking boot off. It's not like they can stop you from cutting it off. They're the ones who put it on. You know, it's not like you're doing something illegal.
But anyways, that
My new book, Keyboard Rich: How Anyone Can Earn Six Figures from Home with a Simple
was an $1,800 bill that we thought we had a solution to, that the solution got blown up. And
You got a solution to it. You got all your subscribers to pitch in a little bit of money and help you pay it because you cried like a baby. I mean, come on, grow up, this guy trucks. Start taking care of your own stuff.
my fucking face and went to hell. And that $1,800, I don't care what anyone says because people run around the internet flexing all the time, talking about what they have and how great they are. $1,800 is a devastating amount of money to most people out there right now. Right now, it is. Anybody bullshitting me about how much money they're making just hauling general freight?
No, you're right. I mean, $1,800, but it's your $1,800 you paid because you made a mistake. And then you, even after you made the mistake, you went ahead and paid it anyway. I mean, you should have stuck up for yourself and, you know, taken care of the situation. I mean, that manager gave you permission. You could have, you know, like told that towing company, hey, take the boot off. You know, if you don't take the boot off, we're going to handle it. You know, and I'm sure that the guy probably would have worked out something. You know, you could have gotten at least negotiated a little bit and got it removed for $200 maybe, instead of going out and buying a Sawzall. But you could have gone out and bought a Sawzall and said, hey, screw you, buddy. You know, I'm not paying the $1,800. That's highway robbery. And it is. They had you over the barrel, and they pretty much took advantage of you.
Right? You got the wrong guy. I am not your Huckleberry, as they say.
No, you were their Huckleberry. You fell for it completely. You paid the $1,800, you know, and you did all the wrong things, you know, and now you keep on complaining about it, you know, and hey, look, you know, your subscribers helped you out of a jam on that deal. I mean, why don't you just go ahead and just suck it up and forget about this. Let it be a let it be a lesson for you instead of complaining about it every single video. I mean, this is ridiculous.
I think they say that. I don't really know. I know what the freight market is. So these people aren't making 12 grand a week, out here fucking running General Freight. It's just not happening.
Oh, wait a second. I thought Thor was making all kinds of money. I mean, look at the car that he bought, and you were congratulating him. What a great job. What a great guy he was for paying off his two trucks, and, buying the car that he bought and all that stuff. You just got through doing that. Now you're complaining about the freight market. I mean, what is it? What's the truth here?
$1,800 is enough to get a driver to panic and pack this truck up and walk the.
Maybe you could have called up Thor. I mean, he seems to like you. You could have asked him for the $1,800. I mean, the guy will pay $10,000 to have his oil changed on his new car. Or it's not a new car, excuse me. The car that he bought, it cost $10,000 to change the oil on that car. And you think he owns a house that he's living in? He doesn't. He rents. He's a rentor. Okay, stop listening to that BS.
The fuck away and never come back. Now, you guys might be thinking that, well, why does Swift care? They got 20,000 trucks or whatever. They've got all kinds of recruiting money and all these things. It's still probably in their best interest to try to keep as many drivers as possible, right? To try, because it costs a lot of money to recruit people. Not so much for us on the owner-operator side, because they're like, yeah, just get here and sign your fucking paper.
Quit being a crybaby and complaining about that $1,800. Move on. Come on.
Work and get your ass out the door. You're an owner-operator. You're a big boy. Get to work, right? But when you're talking about maybe people they're bringing into their CDL schools, right, and they're housing them through that whole time, or even drivers that need to go with the trainer still, or they're just bringing you in as a company driver and they're paying for you to show up at orientation, get your motel room, whatever meals you have and all that. It's very, very expensive to keep churning through drivers. So I guess that's what I'm trying.
Yeah, it's not very expensive to turn over owner ops because they don't have to pay for any hotel rooms, any of that good jazz. Maybe they'll pay for your airline ticket to go pick up the truck. Maybe they'll do that. They'll pay for your airline ticket to pick up the truck. But as far as the hotel expenses and stuff like that, you're on your own. If your truck breaks down, you got to pay your hotel expenses.
I'm trying to say with this video, I probably maybe went a little too hard in the videos that I made, but you guys know me. I'm a fucking lunatic, right? I mean, I'm not one of those.
No, you're not a lunatic. You're a knucklehead. That's the difference.
Punchy lunatics. I just get real fired up. Oh, I had a whole bit I was going to do about that in this video, and I like to do the real funny stuff up front, so I'll have to save it for another time. I'll write down a note, but I had another little bit about the real punchy truck drivers, and I'll get it in another video. I'll remember to write it down so I remember. But the point I'm trying to make is it has been very, very smooth around here ever since my little internet temper tantrum. And I can't always say that I'm necessarily proud of my videos all the time. I wake up with crippling anxiety some mornings, my friends, because I'm like, oh, fuck. Did I really do that? Son of a bitch.
Your anxiety is self-inflicted. It's because you worry about stuff that you really shouldn't worry about. You focus on stuff that you really shouldn't focus on. Focus on getting out there, making money, providing for your family, and you'll feel a lot better about yourself as well.
After the last video, I went to bed and I thought that I was going to wake up to a bunch of shitty human beings in the comment section, and I didn't. And I was so goddamn proud of my audience that day. Good for you guys, honestly. Like, fucking thank you for hearing what I had to say. You guys sometimes maybe don't understand how much that means, just being heard, and like, fucking please understand what I'm saying. But that video kind of, the next morning I didn't want to get out of bed, right? So anyways, I know I forgot what I was saying. I lost track of what I was saying, but yeah, we're on our biggest week since I've been here. They've been pre-planning me and keeping me very, very busy since they heard about old This Guy Trucks, I guess. But like I said,
they haven't heard about This Guy Trucks. They don't give two craps about you. Yeah, maybe your OOC has been, watching your videos, and maybe some people up there that you've taken notice and saying, hey, rein that guy in, let's see if we can get him to settle down a little bit. That's probably about it. As far as you being some kind of superstar or whatever, no, that's not it.
Said, I'm sure, I do not doubt anyways. I don't know if they even talk about this up in the office, really, but they would probably want me to say nice things, right? That's probably a given. So there may or may not be a focus on, can we get this guy rolling or what the fuck's going on? But really, the biggest thing I want, Swift, and I'm not trying to bully you, I promise you, if that comes up, and keep in mind, I went through like 4 or 5 phone calls, I think, before I decided to make the video. So I did try to handle it over the phone, but it didn't get me anywhere. But if ever I go through the channels, I make all the phone calls, and I still got to make out a video about.
Dude, you're a legend in your own mind. That's where it begins, and that's where it ends. And you're the biggest cause of most of your problems that you're having right now.
Hey, they fucking dropped the ball on this one. Just look at your processes. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, okay? And tell me I fucked up.
You're wrong. You messed up.
If I lied, call my bullshit. Swift, call me on it.
I'm not saying you're lying. I'm not calling you on any BS for that. I'm saying you're too focused on it, too worried about it. Settle down, and just work hard. That's all. Work hard, and get rid of this ego you got. That's the majority of your problem. Is you got this huge ego. You think you're this guy Trucks, Mr. Wonderful. You're really not. You really aren't.
And I'll delete the damn video in shame and say I shouldn't have done that. But definitely, let's try to get them to look at their internal processes when things aren't going the right way. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I always tell people, that's why I did the last video, the last one. Be the change you want to see in the world, right? My problem, here we go, I'm going to rant again. My problem, though, is there's too many people on social media in general that are just, is complete.
Your problem is yourself. People on social media are not your problem. You're your problem. You're your biggest problem.
I said the word, I'm not sure how you say that fucking word. Remember at the beginning, the Prime driver pointed out I have a low IQ. Turns out we've come full circle, and he's right. I'm dumb as shit.
No, I wouldn't. I disagree. I wouldn't say that you're dumb as shit or you have a low IQ. I think that you've got a problem with you're so worried about certain things, and you have this ego problem. Is your biggest problem.
But anyways, when people see something wrong, it's easier to just not say anything so that you don't become the target of the thing you're pointing out, right? And I've been there. I understand. Honestly, being the target really doesn't fucking matter as much as.
Yeah, there's this Bible verse that says, "Judge not, lest you be judged." I kind of am a subscriber to that, but and I'm not. I have some things I need to work on in that area myself. Being careful that I don't judge people too harshly. I'm not really trying to. I'm just, coming at you from experience, and ego is probably the biggest problem I've had in the past, and it's just something we all have to work on. We have to get better at it.
People think it does. It's just kind of fucking goofy. But that's kind of where I'm at in life. All right. I'm a 42-year-old man, which is not old, but I've been.
Okay, it's not old. You're 42. I'm 63. Got 20 years on you, dude. And I'm just letting you know, the biggest problem you're having is ego. That's your whole problem right there. Ego.
Been around for a while. I've been trucking for 10 years. Some people get annoyed when I say that.
Okay, I've been trucking for 30 years. You've been trucking for 10 years. Like I said, it's all ego.
And the biggest thing right now is there's a lot of fucking young people watching me. I've noticed it. I've been paying attention to the comments and the people that are making videos. There's a lot of young truck drivers watching me now. And there's also a lot of young content creators watching me right now, or aspiring to both of those things, right? And that's when I realized.
Again, that's all ego. all these people watching you. It's all ego.
If I see something wrong from now on, it's my goddamn responsibility to speak up on it and say there's something wrong here. And somebody had pointed out, and I'm not bashing the guy, he's a longtime commenter, longtime viewer. I'm not trying to say this in any way negative. He was just concerned that last video was going to cause me to kind of freak out. And
You know, the truth is, I've been a long-time viewer of you, This Guy Trucks. There's some of the stuff that I've watched in the past that I really like. There's something about you that's likable, okay? But you're not a superstar, okay? That's number one, okay? You really aren't. You're a truck driver. The only reason why I watched you is because you're a truck driver, and you had something to say, and I just wanted to hear what you had to say.
and like leave YouTube again. And maybe I should just ignore and all that stuff. But I guess maybe I think too highly of myself. I don't.
There you go. You think too highly of yourself. You think too highly of yourself. You think too highly of yourself. You're diagnosing your own problem. You got that ego going on.
Really know. But maybe it's time for me to be a fucking leader, right? Like to say this is wrong and we can do better than this,
Yes, the ego is wrong, and you can do better than This Guy Trucks.
right? Because when I first came to YouTube, it was bad. It was really bad. And to this day, very, very.
Well, pull up your bootstraps, learn from your mistakes, your past mistakes, move on for the future, and just get rid of the ego. And that's the majority of your problem.
Few people want to speak up and say, hey, this is wrong. This is not how we should be behaving ourselves right now. And I figured, well, I'm up then. Let's fucking do this. Anyways, guys, that's kind of my good news. Everything's smooth over here for the most part. I bought a 32-inch computer monitor because it was only $80 at Walmart. Yeah, I didn't use your guys's super thanks to go buy a $500 computer monitor. It was $80 at Walmart, and I just need to buy a mount now, and I'm gonna mount that bitch because it's a mess back here right now. The monitor's on the bed, the box is on the bed, but once I mount that, it's gonna look pretty slick in here, so I'm excited for that. Anyways, that's the video. Catch you guys next time.
And we're all excited for you, This Guy Trucks. Just learn a little bit from the past and move on to the future, and learn from your mistakes, and you'll do much better. So anyway, guys, this is what I have to say about This Guy Trucks, this particular video, and we'll be back with more. We'll keep on critiquing this guy and talking about until I can help him change, and I'm gonna stay at it. I kind of feel like this is my calling in life to help This Guy Trucks overcome his huge ego. All right, so you guys take care, and we'll talk later. Bye for now. But wait, let me just check real quick here. See if I got any comments. Nope, no comments. All right, we're ending the stream. You guys take care. Catch you later.